Hello guys, welcome back. Breakfast here, and it has been a very long time since I uploaded my last video on this channel, but here we are, and in today's class we are back with another breakdown analysis video. So stay with me from the beginning of this video to the end, and if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribe, and if you are a member, please share this video, like and comment. That means a lot to me. So without wasting your time, let's jump into the video, and let's start with this GBP CAD pair. So I took GBP CAD entry, like 2 entries from this pair. It was supposed to be 3, but one of them took me out. So I started by taking the entry from this point, and then this point, and then this point, but this one took me out. So I will show you how I managed to take those entries. So all of these entries was from the entry type 2 scenario, and we get the break of market structure from this level here. This was the break of market structure, which is the major break of market structure on the weekly time frame also. So after knowing that this is the main area that the market was supposed to break in order for the market to come down here so that it can create a new high above here, we know that we know about the minor and major shift. So what you can see here is that this was the major break of market structure, and this was the minor break of market structure. So as we know that if we have the minor structure break or broken, but the major structure still not broken, we can use these minor structures as our main target is. We can use these minor structures as our main areas of liquidity. But once the market breaks above this major break of market structure, these areas become very risky to trade, because the market has break this high, so we can use the high and the low, this low and this high, as our main area of focus, which is the area of liquidity. So the market will come, take the liquidities below here, and then move up. So even the market, if the market come to these areas here, it will only react, but it won't create the new high before filling all the liquidities that are remained below here. So once we know that, here is where we trade these levels. So now we know that we have the major structure, and we have also this minor structure. So because we have the major structure, we have to consider this major structure. But we don't mean that we don't have to trade these levels. No, we can trade them, but we have to make sure we trade by using the confirmations. Because if the market, if you try to trade these levels by using aggressive entry, sometimes the market will take you out because of the remaining liquidity that are found below this invalidation level. So after knowing that, what I saw is that this was the major structure, and this was the first transition that I get before this price came to break this high here. So within this transition, the price came, reacted for the first time at this level. So after seeing that transition, after seeing that reaction, I went back to the 1 hour time frame as my entry type 2 says accordingly. So what I saw in the 1 hour time frame, I thought that I have already the break transition was the inside formation which completes the entry type 2. So after knowing that I have the entry type 2 completed, I just marked the first inside formation as the starter, and then I went to 15 minutes time frame, as you can see, and in the 15 minutes time frame I found that I have this inside formation here, which is the FIF. So I pointed, and then I went back again to the lowest time frame, because you can't risk from this point. The risk is too big, as you can see, like 70 to 80 pips, so we can't risk that amount of pips. So we have to make sure we don't have any liquidity down here. So we can go back again to the 3 minutes time frame, and in the 3 minutes time frame, what we can see here, guys, as you can see, we have this inside formation here, which is already taken by this week, but also we have this one which was not yet taken, as you can see. And if you switch to the line chart, that is the inside formation, and there is no any wick came to take this liquidity. So we can consider that as our main starting point, as our main inside formation for this time. And if we measure the stop loss from this point to this point, it was only 20 pips, and in the GBP CAD, as you know, our maximum stop loss has to be 20 pips. So you can mark and put your your entry at that point, put your stop loss on this level, and you're good to go. But if you try to go back to the 1 minute time frame, you can see that this formation that you were thinking of taking is already taken. And also this one down here is already taken, this one is already taken, this was already taken, this was already taken, this was already taken, this was already taken. So we don't have any liquidity remaining down here. So what we can do is we have to go back again to make sure that we don't have any remaining liquidity down here. If you don't have any remaining liquidity there, we can take any liquidity that we can see inside this level. So it can be liquidity engineering or what. So once you go back to this 30-second, you can see we were having this inside formation there. This inside formation was not yet taken. So we put the entry at that point, and then we measure the maximum stop loss, which is 20. So we put our 20 stop loss, which is at this point here. We put it there, and we wait for the market to come to take those liquidity. So we went back to the 1 hour time frame and wait for the market to come at that level there. So what the price did, the price went, came, took the entry, and went. As you can see, the price came, take the liquidities, and then move above. The stop loss was 20. As you can see, even if you put 10 pips, you'll still be safe. So we put our maximum, which is 20, and the price came, took the entry, and went about 200 pips. So that was the first entry. The second entry is from that level, and it was after reacting for the second time on the same level. Remember, this is the same level. The price reacted for the first time, gives you the transition with the inside formation, but also the second time. But also this entry here, it's not only the entry type 2, it's also the entry type 3. So I took this entry by using two confirmations. The first one was the entry type 2, but also the second was the entry type 3. So I will talk about the entry type 2 only. Yeah. So what you can see here inside after reacting for the second time, if you go back to the 1 hour time frame again, you can see that the price did the transition with the inside formation. Let me clear this chart. Let me delete this one. The price did leave the transition again, and this was the inside formation that we found inside. So this was the first entry, and it was already taken. So we have to go back and find another entry inside this level. So we cut the chart from this point here, and then we mark the inside formation that we can see and inside there. So we mark this one. This was already taken, this was not, so we mark that one, and then we go back to the 15 minutes time frame to see if that is the only structure that we can take. And what we can see is that we have this inside formation again down there that was not taken, so we can use it. So we put the enter at that point. So we go back to the 3 minutes time frame again. In the 3 minutes time frame, what we can see here, guys, is that we are having this inside formation here. You see that inside formation there. So we put the entry at that movement. So you can just measure the stop loss from this point to this point. It was only 11 pip, so you can risk from that point. But if you want more, you can just go back again to the lowest time frame, which was 1 minute. And in the 1 minute time frame, what we can see is that we don't have any remaining liquidity down here, but also the remaining liquidity that we were having in the 3 minutes time frame, it's already gone on this 1 minute time frame. As you can see, this wick tries to come and liquidate that moment, that area. So we can try to find another liquidity that is safe and clean in this level, but in the 1 minute time frame we don't have that liquidity. So we go back on the 30-second to see if we can find it. On the 30-second time frame, you can see that we were having this inside formation down here, which was not yet taken. As you can see, guys, this was not yet taken. So if you switch to the line chart, you can see this was the point that you have to put your entry, and that after the market moves, there is no any structure that came to take those liquidity. So after understanding that, we have to put the entry on this level, so we can change the color to green, and that is the second entry that I took by using entry type 2 also. So we know that our entry is on that level down there, so we had the first entry, and then the price went and then came back to take another entry. You can see the price came, take the liquidities, and then move above. So after moving above, as we can see here, like we had, this was the only 7 pips. So if you put your maximum, which is 20, you'll be good to go. The price went, but also after doing that, what the price did again, the price in the daily time frame came again and reacted on the same area as like this area here, as I mean this area here. So the price came again, reacted for the third time, which is here, and then if you go back to the 1 hour time frame, you can see also we add the transition with the inside formation. As you can see here, this was the transition, and this was the inside formation. So we cut the chart from that point. We know that we have the liquidities down there, so let me create all the drawings, and let me mark this level here as our main target. This was the inside formation that we have to use. You know the transition is there, so we go back on the 15 minutes time frame. In the 15 minutes time frame, we can see that now we shifted from this point here to this point only here as our main inside formation. And as we can see down here, we were having this inside formation, but I think it's already gone. So we can just go back again to the 3 minutes time frame to see if we can find another inside formation below that point. And what we can see down here, like we were having this inside formation here, but it's already gone. This is already gone. This is already gone. This is already gone. And if we can check here, we were having this structure which was not yet taken. As you can see, that formation was not yet taken. So let me delete this box. So that was not yet taken. So after knowing that that is not yet taken, we can use it, but the stop loss was very high from this point to the furthermost deviation. It was very high, like 27 pips. So we just have to make sure we don't have remaining liquidity down here. So we can go back again to the 1 minute time frame to see if we can find another structure. And once you go back to the lowest time frame, you can see this formation is already gone again, so we don't have to use it. So we have to focus on the lowest liquidity. So once you come here, you can see that you are having this inside formation down here, which was not yet taken. As you can see, the price didn't tap it, and even if you go to the 30-second, still that formation was not yet taken. You understand? As you can see, that formation was not yet taken. So we can take the entry from this point. So we put the black line there. We take the entry from that point. We have to put the entry from that point and wait for the market to come. So what the price did, the price went, to the stop loss, as you can see, hit my stop loss and then moves above till today. Yeah, so that is how we took the entry from this GBP CAD. So that was the first pair. The second pair, it was the GBP AUD entry. We took the entry on this pair by using the special case entry, and it was from this level here. We saw the market came, reacted on the special case entry. We cut the chart. We go back on the 1 hour time frame to see if we can see the transition of the inside formation. The price didn't do that, but after a period of time, as you can see, the price came back, did the transition, and then gave us with this inside formation. So we can mark that inside formation here as our main focus for now, and then we move back down to the 15 minutes time frame. And in the 15 minutes time frame up here, we don't see any remaining liquidity, because as we can see on this level here, it's already taken, this was already taken, this was already taken, but still this was not yet taken. So we can use that as our main area of entry. So we go back on the let's go back on 3 minutes time frame to see if we can find another inside formation. So after going back to 3 minutes time frame, what you can see is that we were having this inside formation which was already taken, this was already taken, this one was not yet taken. As you can see, this was not yet taken. If you put this top, I think it's already taken because the price breaks the structure by using this red candle. This we come back to take those liquidities from this point. Maybe we can use this one because we see that is the different candle, but we don't have to just end up there. No, because some broker may have it, some may not have it. So we have to make sure on the 1 hour time, 1 minute time frame, sorry, it's there. So if it is there, we can use it as our main target. But if you go to the 1 minute time frame, there is no liquidity there. Maybe you can use this one as your main area of focus. But if you went back to the 30-second, you can see that up there was another beautiful inside formation. This inside formation, this one, was there and not yet taken. So if we know that we have this inside formation above there, we don't have to use this as our main target, so we just delete it, and then we go back on the daily time frame to see how the price reacted. So if you come back here and play, you can see the price came, reacted to that point, and if you put your maximum stop loss to 20, because this is the GBP AUD, you can see 20 pips, it was around here. The price didn't tap it, so the price went about 220 maybe pips, and then moves above. So that is how GBP AUD was traded. Another entry was the GBP CHF, and the GBP CHF, we took the entry from this point here, and it was from this this special case entry again. Yeah, special case scenario. So we mark this structure here, this weak overlap there. The price came, reacted to it, and after the reaction, as you cut the chart to this moment, the movement there, and you go back maybe to the 1 hour, you could see that the price already gave us this transition here, and the inside formation. So because we know that we have this inside formation now here up here, and it's clean, like we had the first entry at this movement here after the reaction, the first reaction, because this was the special case entry. The price came, reacted to it, but I didn't took this one, so that's why I left it. Then we have this transition here with the inside formation. The price came, took those liquidities, and then move below, sorry. So after the second reaction, the price did the same thing, give me the transition and also the inside formation. So what I did, mark that inside formation and then go back to the 15 minutes time frame to refine it. In the 15 minute time frame, like still I can stick on that level. I can still stick on this inside formation as my main entry focus. So I can go back to 5 minutes time frame to see if I can find another formation there. And what I can see here is that the market give me this inside formation. It is not yet taken, but also we have another up there which is also not taken. So you can measure the stop loss from this movement here to this. It was only 6 pips. So if you put your maximum to 15 pips, it's around up there. So you can take the entry from that point without wanting many things. Like you can take the entry from that point. But for those who want many things, for those who want more refinement, want to have sniper entries, you can go back. But what you have to understand is that the more you refine, the more you increase the chance of the market to lift your orders, or you increase the chance to miss the entry. So we can end up to that point and wait for the market to come, or we can go back maybe to 1 minute time frame to make sure that we don't have any remaining liquidity up there. So if you go back to the 1 minute time frame, the price tell you that this formation is already taken. You see, this one is already taken, this one is not. So if you put your maximum stop loss to this point to be there, that will be the entry, which is still will be good for you because the furthermost deviation is here. So the stop loss is is much good from this point. But if you want to see in the 30-second, if you go back to the 30-second, what you can see here is that the price say that we have another structure down here. We have to put the enter at this movement here, but also in these levels here we don't have any remaining liquidity because we had this inside formation here which was already taken. This was already taken, so we can take the entry from this movement here. This is the only place that we can take our entry. So we go back on the 1 hour time frame and wait for the market to come to take that liquidity. So what the price did after the price came, reacted to it, and if you put your maximum, which is 15 pips, as you can see, the price won't take you out, as you can see. Yeah. So that was how this GBP CHF was taken. Yeah. Another entry was NZD USD. Was from the NZD USD, and in the NZD USD we took the entry from this movement here. This movement here. Took the entry from this movement here. Yes, here we have the break of market structure, and then the price came, reacted to this structure, and this was the inside formation, remember. And because we are in the daily time frame, we mark the week to week, so we can mark it like this. The price came, react to that level. Sorry, I forgot to cut, so let me go up there. The price reacted for the first time here. The price did the transition here, but we don't have any inside formation there, understand. But the second time, price came on the same level, reacted for the second time, and then after reacting to that level again, now we have the transition at this level here. Then after having that transition, we cut the chart to this movement there, and we want to see how the price what the price forms inside there. So we mark the inside formation like that sorry, and then we move to 15 minutes. And then in the 15 minutes time frame, we can see that still we don't have any remaining liquidity up here, because this was the inside formation, it's already taken, and this was the inside formation, it's already taken. No, it is not. So we can mark it as our main inside formation, and then we go back again to the 5 minutes time frame. The 5 minutes time frame, this price say you can still stick on that inside formation, because we see still it is not yet taken. But if you go back on the 1 minute time frame, you can see this was already taken, and we have another inside formation which was also already taken, and then you have this inside formation here which was already taken also. And then now what you can see, we have this inside formation here. This was the inside formation, but if you are not sure about it, you can go back again to the 1 minute time frame to confirm it. So if you go back to the 1 minute time frame to confirm it, you can see that we were having this one, but also we have this one which is not yet taken. So you can put the entry on that point and put the maximum stop loss, which is 15 pips on the NZD USD, because from this point to this point it is only 7 pips, so you can take up to like whatever, 10 pips, 15 pips, whatever. So what the price did, if you go back to the 1 minute time frame, so to the 1 hour time frame, you can see the price just came, reacted to that movement, and then went below. Easy at that. And then another entry, it was from the NZD JPY. Another entry, it was from the NZD JPY. It was from the daily time frame again, and we took this entry. We took this entry from this point here. As you can see, this was the area of liquidity. The price created this area of liquidity. The price reacted to that area of liquidity more than one time. As you can see, reacted for the first time, the second time, third time, fourth, and then so I want to talk about this one, because we had another entry on this movement here. The price took us, went below, like not enough pips, like from this point to this point it was only 80 pips, and then the price went up. But again, the price came, reacted for the second time again at this level, the same level, for the first time, sorry. After reacting, we can just mark this level here and go back to the 1 hour time frame to see what the price did on that box there. What you can see here is that we were having the transition on this level here, which was the minor but also the major on this one. So after having this transition, now we know that we have the inside formation down inside this level here. So we mark any formation, like you can mark this one because this was already taken, or you can mark this one. So we mark that one, and then we went back again to the lowest time frame to see what we can find inside that level. So if you go back to the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that you are having this inside formation up here, which was not yet taken. That formation was not yet taken. Also this one, but we won't take this one because we know we have this one. So we can just consider that one and put our stop loss from this point to this point. It was 11 pips, but from this point here to this point here it was 20 pips, I think. Yes, so we can still stick on this one. So we can just go back to the lowest time frame, which is 5 minutes, to see if we can find another structure that is good on that point. And what we can see here is that, like above, apart from this one, I think this level, maybe you can mark that. And if you go back again to the 30-second, because that was already taken, you go back, sorry, the 3 minutes time frame. If you go back, you can see we are having this inside formation up here, which is already taken. This was already taken. This was already taken. This was not taken. As you can see, this was not taken. And the stop loss from this movement here From this point to this point it was only 17 pips, sorry. So you can mark it, or you can just go back again to the 30-second, to the 1 minute time frame, sorry, in the 1 minute time frame, to see what we can find up there. So what you can see here at this moment here, up here, you can see we are having that inside formation that was not yet taken, so we can take it. We can take the entry from this point, because as you can see that was the inside formation, and it was very, very clean. So you can take it, or you can just go back again to the lowest time frame to see if you can find another inside formation. But because this structure give us only 80 pips, we can just put the end there and put our stop loss to the maximum point, which is 20 pips, because this is the NZD JPY, and wait for the market to come to that point there. So what the price did, the price came, took a while, and then came, take the entry, and then move like from this point. The stop loss was not hit, and then when the price went about 150 pip. So that was the how this NZD JPY was traded. So another entry was the NZD CAD, and we took this entry recently. Like the price gave us this area of liquidity here. The price came, reacted for the first time here, but the second time, and for the second time after the reaction, if you go back to the 1 minute time frame, look at the chart here and go back to the 1 hour time frame, you can see that the price did give us the transition, because this was the break, so we had the transition on that level there, and this was the inside formation. So we cut the chart from this movement here, and we go back to refine that level. We know that this inside formation is already taken 100%, but we can still see what we can find inside that level. So if we go back to the lowest time frame, you can see like we were having this inside formation as our main target. You can mark it, or you can just go back again, because to risk from this point here to this point, it was like still within your range, but I don't recommend. You just have to try again to the lowest time frame to see if you can find another liquidity. So if you go back to the 5 minutes time frame, still you don't see anything, but when you go back to the 3 minutes time frame, what we can see here is that we were having this inside formation up here, which was not yet taken. So we can consider that as our main target, as our main area of focus. But if you want many, you can just go back again to the lowest time frame. In the lowest time frame, what you can see here is that we were having this inside formation here, and then we were having this inside formation there. So I think this was the best option for you or me to take. So put the enter at that point there, and we just wait for the market to come and react to that level there. Yeah, sorry, let me go back. Okay, 30 seconds still say the same here. I remember I took this entry from that point there. Yeah, I remember that I took this entry from that point there. So we go back on there, because still if you want to put your entry on this level to this point, it was only 80 pips, so you just put your entry there and wait. Even if you have another remaining liquidity up there, you just put your entry on this level, because the stop loss is within your range, so you don't have to waste too much time to refine. So we wait the market to come at that point there. What the price did, the price came, took the liquidity, and then move below. That is how you have to take the entries, by using the entry tool. One of the best entries Another entry was from this NZD JPY, NZD CHF, sorry, here, and we took this entry from this level hapa. From this level here. The price came, reacted to this level here, and if you cut the chart, and because this is our area of liquidity, the price came, reacted to that level, and then if we went to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that we were having the transition. We were supposed to have the transition on this level here, you see. So after knowing that this is the level that we're supposed to have the inside formation, we can just go back on the 15 minutes time frame. On this 1 hour time frame, the market has to break that level. The price came, break that level, and then we have to mark this inside formation as our main area to start with. So we go back to the lowest time frame, and after going back to the lowest level, we just have to go back to the 15 minutes. We found that we were having this inside formation up here, which was already taken. So we go back again to the lowest time frame, which is 5 minutes, and in the 5 minutes time frame, I think we have this inside formation up here, which was not yet taken, as you can see. And then if you go back to 3 minutes time frame, the price tells you that yes, you can consider this level here, but still we were having this inside formation and this inside formation, which was not yet taken. You see that was not yet taken, that one. So we can consider it as our main area of liquidity or area of entry. So we can see we don't have any another remaining liquidity, so we can just put the entry on that level. Go back on the 1 minute time frame and wait for the market. And still, if you put your entry on that level and you measure the stop loss from this level here to this point here, you can see it's only 7 pips. So you just have to put your maximum, which is 15, to that point and wait for the market to come to take those liquidities. The market went, came back, took those liquidities, and then went below. Easy as that. Another pair was USD JPY, and I took this entry by using special case entry. It was from the daily time frame, and I took this entry from this level here. We have this special case entry here. The price came by this candle, this black candle there, reacted, and then we know that we have this inside formation which we have to take, but we have this special case entry. So we go back to the 1 hour to see if we can have the transition of the inside formation, and what we found is that we were having this transition because this was the last break, and then we have the transition on this side here. So we know that we have the entry type 2 reconfirmed on that special case entry. So we mark any formation as the start point, and then we go back to the 15 minutes time frame. And in the 15 minutes time frame, what you can see here is that we were having this inside formation down here which was not yet taken, so we have to consider it instead of considering this liquidity up here. So you can just mark it, but still the market tells you again you have the remaining liquidity down there, so you have to take it. So if you put your entry on that point and then the stop loss on this point, it was only 26 pips, which is very, very huge to us, because on this pair the maximum is 20. So if you go back to the 5 minutes time frame, the price tell you, I think that is the best place that you can put your entry. So we go back again to the 30 minutes time frame to see if we can find another one. We don't have, still that is the best price. We go back again to the 1 minute time frame to see if we can find another structure down there. And in the 1 minute time frame, what you can see, guys, is that we were having this inside formation here which was not yet taken. Like as you can see, if we switch to the line chart, this was the inside formation that was not yet taken. And if you put your entry from this point here to this point, it was only 4 pips. You put your maximum, which is 20, to be around this point here. So you put your entry at that point and you wait for the market to come to take those liquidity there. What the price did, price came, take those liquidities, and as you can see, if you put your 20 pips stop loss, the market won't take you out. So that was the USD JPY. Another pair was the USD CAD trade that we took also by using the daily time frame, and it is in this current move here. So what you can see here, guys, is that the price came, reacted to this area of liquidity here. The first entry was taken on this special case entry, this one. The price came, reacted to that movement, the price came and then gave us the entry type 2 there. But another entry was taken by using this inside formation that is found within this area of liquidity, because this is the area of liquidity. This was the inside formation. The price came inside this area of liquidity. The price, yes, inside this area of liquidity, this from this point, this is the area of liquidity, and this is the minor area of liquidity, which is the inside formation also. The price didn't tap it, but the price still reacted on the same area of liquidity. So after reaction, for the first time here, after the reaction, we cut the chart. So let me mark from this body here, like this is the validation point, but we have to mark the week to week. So I just want to focus on this level, that's why I'm marking there. Then after the reaction, if you cut the chart on that level there and went back to the 1 hour time frame, you could see that if the price will break this level here, we will have the transition, but also not only the transition, but also the inside formations, which is this one and this one, and also this one. So what the price did, the price did break this structure, which give us this transition here. So we had multiple choices here, like we have this inside formation, this inside formation, and this one. So I'll go with this one because I know this is not yet taken. This is the clear inside formation. So we mark it and then we go back to the 15 minutes time frame, and in the 15 minutes time frame we can see we were having this inside formation here, so we can consider it. But still, I think that was taken by this movement here, so that is not the issue. We can go back on the 3 minutes time frame to find a good position or the good inside formation. And what you can see is that we were having this inside formation which was not yet taken at that point there. So what we need to see is the price has to come to that movement and go down. So if we measure the stop loss from this point to this point was only 13 pips, you can take to the maximum, which is 15 there, but still you can go back down to see if you can find another good position to put your entry. So if you try to go back on the lowest time frame, the price tells you that still that maybe you can take this one, this inside formation here, as your main area for the entry, because up here we don't have any remaining liquidity. So we can take our first entry on this point and we can go back on the 30-second to find another, if we can find another liquidity up there. So inside the 130-second, we don't have any remaining liquidity. Maybe price says that we have this inside formation here, I think. So we can take the entry for the first entry here, the second entry up there. So put all of this entry because the stop loss is within our range. The maximum stop loss is there. The first entry, the second entry. So put the entry there and we wait for the market to come to execute those, to take those entries. So what the price did, came, take all the entries. As you can see, if you put your entry at this point, the market won't take you out. Also on this this level here, the market also won't take you out. Easy as that. Another one was the EUR CAD entry. It was the sell entry, one of the best entry that I took. Like we had this entry on this level here. On this level here, I had many entry, but I will explain only this one. On this level, I had like two, like the first entry here, the second entry here, but I will explain only this one because of the time. So we mark this one. This is our main area of focus. The price give us the transition here, and the price came and took me out, as I can show you in the here. You can see we had the transition down here. The price, I expect the market to come to take liquidities, some liquidities here, but what the price did, the price came and take me out. But after taking me out, what the price did again, reacted on the same level. As you can see on the daily, the price didn't break above here, reacted on the same level. And if we go back to the 1 hour time frame, what we want to say is that the market has to close below this level here to give us the transition. So what the price did, the price came and give us the transition. So after give us the transition, now we know that the entry type 2 is now confirmed again. So what we can see here is that we have this inside formation which is already taken but not 50%. So we can mark it as our main target area, and then we go back on the 15 minutes time frame. In the 15 minutes time frame, still we can say maybe we don't have to stick on this. Maybe we can stick on this because this is the inside formation that is not yet taken there. And if you go back to the 5 minutes time frame to see if we can find another inside formation up there, the price says yes, we have like two structures. We have this one which is not yet taken, but also we have this one which also not yet taken. So we switch from this one to that point up there. So we cut the chart to this point here because we know we are dealing with the levels on that level, with the structure that is found on that level there. So we can take this one as our main target, but if you go back on the 3 minutes time frame, you can see that this is already taken, but we have another inside formation within the inside formation, so we can take that as our main area of focus. So you can use it, this one, as your entry because the stop loss was 14 pips, so your maximum which is 20 on the EUR CAD has to be on here, that point there. So that is where you put your entry. So you can end up there, or you can just go back again to the lowest time frame, but I don't recommend, because if you find a good entry with a good stop loss, you don't have to struggle. You just have to put your entry on that level and wait for the market to come to that way, because on this level here, up here, as you can see, we don't have any formation. This is like the liquidity engineering. As you can see, the prices already break this high here, so we can say this is the inside formation. That is just the inside formation, that was just the liquidity engineering, but still we have this as our main inside formation. So we can just take the entries from that point there, or you can just go back again to the lowest time frame as you can, if you want, and inside the 30-second. Now the market say that we have this inside formation here, so we can just mark it and see if it's already consumed. The market says it is not. So because that is the last liquidity that we have, we can just mark it as our second entry. So we have the first entry on this, on this area here, the second entry on that area there. So we wait for the market to come to take those liquidity up there. what the price did. As you can see, the first entry was triggered, the second entry was not. So this is like this happens many times. So yeah, if this happened, that's why I always say that if you get the entry that is the stop loss is perfect to you, just take it, don't over refine, because sometimes the lowest liquidity, you may see this, that is the lowest liquidity, but in some blockers that structure may be not available. So, and sometimes maybe can be the structure, maybe you can see, maybe you have this inside formation there, you have this formation here, which gives you maybe from this point to this point here you have like 8 pips, and from this point to this point maybe you have 4 pips. I usually take this one and this one, because sometimes the market can come and just tap only this and fail to tap this one and then move below. So sometimes you just don't have to do the over define, you just have to find the perfect entry with a perfect stop loss. That's it. So that is how this trade went. Yeah, so another entry was the AUD JPY. This was very tricky entry, because it was like a bit, you can see the price came, take me an entry type 2 here, but tries like, if I put it, maybe if I put 10 bips, the market will take me out. But if you put your maximum, which is 15 on the AUD JPY, you'll be in. And this was the entry type 2, easy entry type 2, the easiest entry ever, I can say. Yeah, so let's see how it reacts. As you can see here, we had the transition with the inside formation. And if we go back to the daily, let's go back to the daily first. As you can see here, we had the break of market structure, because if you mark that wick there, you can see that we were having that inside break of market structure there. So after having that break of market structure, because you can see this body closed above this wick, so after having that break of market structure, so after knowing that we have this break of market structure, we can just go back on the 1 hour time frame, and in the 1 hour time frame is where we found that we have this transition with that inside formation there. So if you define it, let me go back on the 15 minutes time frame. You can see we were having this inside formations here, but we didn't take it. So we go back to the 5 minutes time frame. I think we didn't have that formation. I think this formation, I found this inside formation, I think in the 1 minute time frame, if not 3, I think 1 minute 30, I think, yes, 30-second. So in the 30-second, what you can see is that we were having this inside formation down there, which was not yet taken, as you can see, guys. So that is where I put my entry. The market came with the huge momentum, but still activate my entry, and then went above, like till today. I think till today it came with a huge momentum, but because that was the perfect entry, I think with a perfect refinement, the price went above, I think till today, I think. Yeah, as you can see, about 400 pips, you see. That was very good. So I think this we have another Euro USD entry. This was we had the entry on this entry here, this movement here. As you can see, this was the break of market structure. The price came, give us the type 2 zoom, I think, in these areas. But what I want to talk about is this one, but also I'll talk about the second one that took my entry and went about, I think, 16 pips, 60, I think, 6 pips, and they took me out. So here the price came, reacted it to hit, and then if we go back on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that we were having this transition up here, there, with this inside formation here. So we cut the chart here and we go back down to the lowest time frame because we know that we have this inside formation here. So if we go back on the 15 minutes time frame, in the 15 minutes time frame, we can see that we were having this inside formation with another inside formation, so we can consider that inside formation there. And then we go back again on the 30 minutes time frame, which is in the 30 minutes time frame, we can find that we have this inside formation down here which was not yet taken. So we can take it as our main target, because I know this is not taken, this is taken, this is not, but I will take this one because this is the lowest liquidity. So mark that, and then we go back on the 1 minute time frame to see if that is the only place that we can take the entry. I think that was the only place, and that was also the perfect place to take the entry, or to take the entry. So put the entry of that movement there, and we wait the market to come to activate that order. So the price went above, but finally came, took our entry and went above like that. And then we have another entry on this same pair on the daily time frame. It was the sell entry. I took this, but the market disappointed me, hit my first take profit, but I was expect for more. The price came, reacted to this minor area of liquidity, and we know this is the major area of liquidity because we have the break of market structure. This is the major and this was the minor. So the price came, as I told you before, if you have the major and minor, if the price may break the minor area of liquidity and the major area of liquidity, you have to know that the market will come to that major area of liquidity. So this minors of liquidity doesn't mean that you want to trade, you won't trade them. No, you will trade them, but you have to trade them by using a confirmation. So in this area here, I saw the market came in, and then when I go back to the 1 minute time frame, I saw that I had this transition here, a perfect transition, clear one, this one with the inside formation. So what I did is to cut the chart. Let me cut the chart first, and I marked this inside formation as my main area of focus, and then I went back to the 15 minutes time frame to see if we have the remaining liquidity up there. So what we can see here is that we don't have any remaining liquidity there. Still we can stick on this, maybe here, and it's already taken. As you can see, the price break by this, the price breaks by this red candle here, this week candle brings back the week, take those liquidities. So it's now taken. Now we go back on the 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes time frame, you can see we were having this inside formation here, which offers, let me see how many stop loss do we get here. From that point to the max point, to the maximum point here, we have 10 pips, 11, 12. If you put your maximum, is there. But because we are in the 5 minutes, we want to see again in the lowest time frame that if that formation is still available. And if you try to go back, you can see this formation is already taken. You can see that formation was already taken, so you don't have to consider it. So maybe we can consider this one as our main target area, I think, because we don't have any remaining liquidity up here. So maybe we can go back again to the 1 minute time frame to see if we can, if still we don't have any remaining liquidity up here. and what you can see, guys, is that the market say still you have to consider this as your main target, because up here all the liquidities are already taken. This was already taken, this was already taken, so we have to consider only this one as our main area of point. So I think my first entry, I'll take my first entry on this movement here and put our maximum stop loss to this point here, and let me try to see in the 30-second if I can find another inside formation up there. In the 1 minute, in the 1 second, sorry, in the 30-second entry, they say that we have this inside formation up there which is not yet taken. That was not yet taken. In this level, all the liquidities are already taken. Maybe this one, I think it was already taken. Yes, this was already taken also. This one, so this one was not yet taken. This one, let me see, this was taken, this was taken, this one was taken. So I think the only liquidity that we can have here is that one. Let me see. Yes, that is the only liquidity that we can use. So because we don't have any remaining liquidity, I'm very sure that the market will come at that point. We are very sure that the market will come at that point. So after knowing that, we go back to the 1 minute time frame and wait for the market to come to execute that beautiful entry. The price took some time, but took the entry, as you can see, and the first take profit was at this level here. So we expect if the market will break this low here, we could have another take profit on these levels here, but the price didn't break this low, so we did only take the first take profit. Thank you guys for watching. I think for today that is the end, and if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribe. That means a lot to me. But also share this video, like it, comment, in order for me to know what you want me to do in the next video. And by the way, also thank you for 4K subscribers, and I hope I'll make a good content. I'll keep making a good content and good class for you guys. See you in the next one.